Hey, it get me, y'all. Oh, yeah.
I'm going to cut in the mics.
Cool, yeah.
Welcome to the Ricky and Lucy show.
Hey, y'all. Hello, Ricky.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the TriadZone.
Oh, Ricky. So now I'm not Terrible T.
Who is it this time?
It ain't me. Got you.
But, you know, I
It
did
happens,
cut it down.
but it's usually Jackie.
It is usually Jackie.
It's
I'll just
usually
be Jack.
Jackie.
I'll be the Jack of Jack and Jackie
There
today.
you go, boo.
But welcome to the show, everybody. What's going on, Terrible T?
What up, Dave?
You all right today?
Yeah.
Dave, how you feeling?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Yes, Dave.
I got my basement studio all up, and it's like you guys saw me when I was sitting at the bar in my basement.
Yeah.
I finally caved and said, okay, this crap isn't going to end anytime soon, and built a studio out in my home office.
Okay.
Which is like maybe 20 feet. The room is 20 feet past the end of the bar, so I'm not that far from all my alcohol. But
Within arm's reach.
Well, but it's nice because like at least like now I'm in a I gotta like that bar stool was not very comfortable to sit in for that long. So now I'm in like in a nice comfy chair. I got all my setup. I'm good.
Oh.
So actually, I ran the first shows from there last night. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
As
And
everyone
then
can see.
Guess what? I'm
What?
sorry.
I was just going to say,
yeah.
your buddy's not here. Our buddy isn't here, Mr.
Yeah,
Clean. Our buddy isn't here today, so shout out to him.
Shout out to him and his family.
Keep his family lifted up in your thoughts and your prayers.
Yes.
He had a troubling week. He had lost a relative.
Yeah.
The show that was supposed to be here 6:00 yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like clockwork. And so I called him at 6:15, and I was like, "Hey, man!" And he was like, "Oh, Dave." He's like, "Man, I totally flaked. I forgot to call you. Yada yada yada." I'm like, "Dude, you're just always here. Is everything okay?" And he's like, "No, my uncle died about 3 hours ago from COVID."
Right, yeah.
And I was like, "I'm like, dude, I'm like, I'm sorry to bother you." And he's like, "No, I meant to call." And I'm like, "Dude, I should be the last thing on your mind. Handle your family.
Yes.
I'm cool."
Right,
Like,
right.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so
wow.
shout out to the Mr. Clean family
Yes.
and the Cleans.
Yes. We love you.
Keep your head up.
Yes.
But moving on a little bit, I guess. How was your week?
Fast.
Fast.
Mm-hmm.
Mine was kind of fast too. You had a good week though?
Yes, I did.
All right, that's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But you know what? We're going
What?
to get back on you not answering that phone. You didn't see that text today?
I saw the text,
And you
but then
put a
I
ball-
didn't see the text.
Oh.
You know, I read it, but then I didn't catch those couple key words in the text.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
okay, yeah, or I would have,
Responded.
I would have
right.
responded
No,
differently.
you leave people on read
I would. I leave people on red.
all the time.
No, I would have
see
just
now.
responded a little bit differently, but like I say, our thoughts are with him and his family.
Of course.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
my
Lucy.
God, it broke my heart. 41 is still young.
Very young.
You know what I'm saying? She was 41 years old.
Mm-hmm.
They said, he told me that she was going through her situation with the lupus,
Okay.
for a long time, and she was battling it a long
Right,
time.
right.
And she had got out the hospital and ended up having to go back into the hospital, you know. And he talked to me about the service that they had and that it went really well.
Okay.
The funeral home did a really good job on, the family seeing her and how they
Well, that's
prepared
good.
her. I was so glad.
At least they were able to celebrate her.
Yes.
You know.
And that's what I told him. I said, when somebody, which all of us are going to come to that door,
Right.
we should look up the good also.
Right,
We
right.
have to go through the grieving state.
Yeah.
But in order to balance out the grief, let's think about something that the person did that was good and positive.
Oh, they always, yeah.
You know
we
what I'm
always
saying?
want to, remember the good thoughts and
Of course.
the good times that they left us with.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely that.
Definitely.
Yes. How was your week?
It was very, very. It was a good week. Like you said, it was fast, and so was
Yep.
mine. But I mean, sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow. But it went by really, really quick. So, shout out to a quick week because
I'm telling you.
2 weeks from yesterday is or would have been or will be Christmas.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, time has moved
Yes, it has.
during these corona times.
I'm telling you, and then I would say it don't even seem like it's 24 hours in the day. It just go by so fast. You look up and it's 6 o'clock. You be like, dang, where did the time go?
Yeah.
It's zooming fast.
It's zoom fast,
You know?
especially with the with the daylight too.
Yeah.
I mean, basically we only have 13 hours of the sun comes up at 7:25 and goes down at 5:15. So I mean, you're talking about 10 hours of daylight, and then 10 hours of that I'm at work. So you go to work in the dark, you come home in the dark, and that can create that little winter depression if you let it get to you.
Yes. Yes.
But
and they can keep the snow. God, you can keep the snow.
Yeah, I mean, you can give us you can give us a Christmas dusting.
Yes.
I like my snow leading up to Christmas.
Yes.
And maybe a little bit after Christmas.
Yes.
That gets you to me in the final Christmas spirit where okay, tis the season now. But when it's 54 degrees and it's sunny, it feels like that unimaginative California Christmas that you've always seen on TV.
Yes.
Because when we've always grown up in snow, so when you see California Christmases and they have on shorts and it always throws you, but it's not Christmas without a nice coating of snow.
Especially when you're used to it.
Especially when you're used to it.
Are you working out still? You going to the gym, or have you been?
That's been a little hit and miss because work has really been wearing me out. So I'm a morning workout person, and they don't open that early.
Really?
So I've been going after work. So that's been a challenge. Leaving work and going to the gym.
A full day.
Yeah, I mean, full day. So
you got to really train your mind and your body.
Train your mind, yeah.
To do that.
And I've trained my mind to get up in the morning and go. I'm not a afternoon person as far as the gym is concerned. But,
of course.
I get my steps in at work, but I'm missing the weights.
Yeah, are you?
Yeah,
you was working with the weight.
I was working with the weights.
Now you right. All right, Ricky.
Right.
You gonna look good in that suit.
Right,
how Ricky used to wear the suits.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Are you finished with your Christmas shopping? No.
It's gonna be something quick.
Okay.
And my excuse gonna be pandemic.
Right.
They're gonna be like, "Oh, that's bold." I was like, "Hey, it is what it is." That's my excuse for
telling you
everybody.
Made a $10 donation on their behalf and against Corona.
Y'all better take it.
You
in
can't
the
knock
face.
that. Right. Take it at face value.
Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I was looking at this topic, but I didn't know. I got to look on my phone for it because I ain't write it down.
Okay.
But it was talking about don't ignore the sure signs that the man wants you to leave him alone.
Oh, shit.
You know how I'm telling you know how some women keep how they keep pursuing a man.
Right.
And let me look at this on my phone so we can see what you think about it, because I got a lot of questions to ask you. But see, it was supposed to go back and forth with Mr. Nick, but I'm about to hit you.
Well,
and when Dave come back in here, I'm going to hit him too.
You know Dave got his 50 cents.
Yes,
not 10
he
cents.
do.
He got a good 50. He got a good 50 cents
yes,
worth of
he
information.
does. Okay. So
I'll
he just came back in here. What you say now?
Red was looking for you, Dave.
Sorry, I was making sure you were as loud on the video as you are in real life.
And
you are.
Say? Really?
I'm making sure you are just as we would not want to disappoint. She seems a little louder on TV.
I feel like people need the full Tanya effect.
The full
they do.
Tanya effect.
The full Monty. Okay.
And make sure everybody has their TV on. Make sure their picture is on Vivid so everybody can get the full gist of this red hair.
Okay. I'm so serious.
I'm sorry. Are you guys launching an OnlyFans? Like, what's happening? Like, I don't.
Well, he does that. He introduces them into that.
Okay.
Okay. So I looked it up.
She's got a list for us, Dave.
Oh, okay.
You know that women, you need to pay attention to these signs that these men are giving you, and when they don't want to respond to you. So it says here, the first one, where you at? He take ages to respond to you. He take a long time. Now, we know sometimes y'all can be busy.
Okay.
Yeah. But then for him to come back, it's almost like he huffing and puffing, like, dang, I gotta call her back.
Not
Too long. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, that is a telltale sign that somebody's not really interested.
Well, it also depends on when the message comes in. Because, okay, so I am the absolute worst at reading a text or a Facebook message or something like that when I've had a few. And
you
I'm like,
said that last week.
And it's still true.
It's still true. At least he's consistent. At least he's consistent.
I ain't lying, so I ain't got to remember shit.
Oh no, you didn't.
But I mean,
It
let's just make the statements. Let's not necessarily say a man. This is a sign that a man gives, because this is a sign that a woman also gives as well.
Well, yeah, but I'm speaking on behalf of the women.
Okay.
You know, because sometimes I guess men feel like we could be bugaboos, and then men can too. But I'm just saying, I'm speaking for the sisters.
Okay.
Okay. And then he said he's disconnected. Oh my God, during sex. Is that possible? Can a person be disconnected during sex?
Yeah.
Oh, well, how?
I mean, because you can always be disconnected. You can be there.
Uh-huh.
But if you're not connecting, if you're not vibing, if you're not entwined, if you're not in
What you
tune,
doing it for?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're just there.
Okay.
There's no connection.
But
Possibly there's no connection.
About
There's
like
no interest.
I like you a lot, or I like you. It's just that, I'm about to get some because she know I want it and she want to give it to me. Is that what you're talking about? Is that what you're saying? That's really disconnected right there, wouldn't you say?
That comment was disconnecting to me.
No, I mean, dude, you can be in bed with someone and not be in bed with that person.
Exactly.
Like
you could be there and not
now,
there.
See, women. Now that's for a whore. You know,
That's for a whore.
That's a whore. You know, because usually when you are messing around with somebody in the bed, you are connected to them in that very moment, whether you love them or even if you just like them. But look at how you looking at me, and you too. See,
Because
this is a male chauvinist
you've
thing.
never had hate sex.
Well,
You don't lie.
I had.
Or as we like to call it, a grudge.
Oh. So that don't mean I'm still connected to him because I'm giving him some. Women be looking at it differently than people.
Well, the thing is, to me, hate sex is still really be good. You may hate them, but the sex is good. Now, you can always, if you're still just not in tune with that person, that's where it's going to lapse.
You know what? You may have a point.
That's
Because dude, I've always, it's that whole. There's a thin line between love and hate.
Yeah.
And so
so it'll twist while you boning.
No, not at all. No, but like you might be more connected to someone that you're hate screwing than you are to someone like a one night stand. Like,
Okay.
dude, like a one night stand, like someone you're just picking up to have friction with.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
see,
You're
that's
totally
that's that
disconnected.
whore thing right there.
Yeah, I mean,
Why
that's
whores
like,
are not connected?
Why it got to be a whore thing?
A whore.
whores.
Whore. I don't
Whores.
want to
Whores.
say. I don't want to say
Whores.
HOE, but that's
you
me.
said
Y'all
whores.
not connected.
Can I tell you one of the
at
proudest?
all.
Can I tell you one of the proudest moments of my life this year?
Oh.
I got a buddy who's he's the chief storyteller for the city of Detroit. His name's Eric. He's a great guy.
Okay.
And he was like, dude, he's like, what is it with you white people that you put R's in words that aren't there? He's like, and I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, because there's some hoes in this house. And I'm like, Eric, you are like, what? I'm like, no, it's, and I'm like, I had to go back and listen to the original song again. I'm like, wait, he's not right, is he? And I'm like, no, dude. I'm like, there's some whores in this house, is the song. And he was like, what? And it was hilarious because like all of his black friends started commenting and they were like, I just had my mind blown by a white guy. I've been singing hoes in this house for 20 goddamn years. Like,
See what I'm saying?
Some whores in this house.
I'm trying to tell y'all that's what it really is.
But I mean, I think that's more of a sexual disconnect
I would say.
outside of a whatever you were saying.
And why do they be sending one word text? That's just like, I really don't want to do this, but I guess I will. I got to get some from her, you know. So I would be like, hey. I'd be like, oh, have you ever been a one text dude?
okay, so every now and then I've gotten the paragraphs.
Y'all hate paragraphs
We
too.
hate paragraphs. We absolutely. I would rather get a string of like one sentence texts because honestly, that's how I'm like.
They said that about you guys.
Because like, dude, a paragraph means you put some thought into some shit. And
Yes.
like put it this way: when have you ever gotten a positive reaction by looking a man dead in the eye and saying, "We need to talk"? When? Never. So when you hit us with a paragraph,
Yeah.
we're like, oh shit, this is just the start.
Yes,
And
it
no matter
is.
how I reply to this, it's not going to go well. So we're not going to reply, or we're either not going to reply, or we're going to send that K, or
Yep.
hear you, or okay, I'm free. But something nice and short to
Right.
diffuse
To diffuse.
the incoming nuclear missile barrage.
You better believe it. So you mean to tell me he's happiest when he's around other people instead of around you, ladies? I'm
Well,
serious.
It sounds like this. The title of this list should be a whole different thing.
Well, that's
He's
what
just
they
not
say.
into you list.
He just not. But it say, don't ignore the signs that he don't want to. He wants you to leave him alone.
Oh,
So if he
okay,
show
so
you,
so
I
that's-
don't want
this
to.
is-
so that's the thing.
with you.
I'm out at Whiskey in the Jar with my friends. And you're sending me a paragraph and you know that that's where I am. That means you have deliberately put it in your head. I know he's out with the guys or I know he's out with his friends, but I'm going to go ahead and screw up his night anyway because I have some thoughts that need to get out of my
And I
head.
need to get
I'm
it
gonna
off my
sabotage
chest.
that outing.
That's right. You have to cue the Beastie Boys to sabotage.
Every time you hear that ding go off, you know it's going to be a kaboom.
Oh, and
Yes.
and so nope. And so what
Exactly.
phone goes on do not disturb.
What?
Catch you in the morning.
See, that's that bull crap right there.
No,
And then
because
it's like-
just because you have. So again, life, even with somebody, she's about to flip this table over. She is. No, so your lives are supposed to be overlapping circles,
Okay.
not concentric.
Okay.
Okay.
Like there's supposed to be room. It's like a Venn diagram. There's supposed to be
Supposed to be
room
room
on
for-
the
yeah.
outside of the inner circle.
For each
That's
other.
your own
Yeah,
stuff.
that's your own thing.
Yeah.
If I'm supposed to be at your beck and call 24/7, that's not how this works. Like if now, and don't get me wrong,
You
if
better
it's
not want no woman there either. Like
if it's something serious, like oh shit, my car broke down, or oh shit, I need you, or something like that. I mean, you guys have seen me. Like if my daughter calls me,
Right.
dude, if my daughter calls me when I'm here, she knows I'm here, and so she ain't calling just to just Dad, can I get? No, she's calling because something's wrong. So I will walk.
So something is wrong if I'm giving you a paragraph and telling you something because I know, and when I get to talking to you and we alone, you gonna act like you don't want to hear. You gonna rebuttal with some bull crap. So I just want to get it off your chest, and I'm gonna say it again when we in person. That's what we do.
Why has it got to be rebuttal with bullcrap? Why can't it be a conversation?
It
What?
should be.
Lord have mercy.
I feel like like this whole episode is just going to be unpacking Tanya's baggage.
Women baggage.
We need to put these chairs together to make a couch, huh? Let her lay out.
I just see it. Okay, now I also said men spend time with other women. You know what I'm saying? Like he
Okay.
be like, oh, you ain't gonna spend time with me, so you just ignore me. But
Now define
You're
spend
trying to
time with
catch
other
up.
women.
well, hanging out with them, hanging out with other women and stuff. It says, but not hanging out with you, but just gonna get you alone and just bone you.
He doesn't like you.
Oh my God, he do like he likes something.
These are all the signs. This is
Oh,
It said to leave
these
him
are
alone.
the signs.
that's a
To
moped.
leave- that's a sign to leave him alone.
No, that's a moped.
What?
They're fun to ride, but you don't want your friends to see you on one.
Oh my God. Oh my God. See that right there? That right there is horrible.
No, but it's so here's the thing. Like because I have female friends, and I've had this conversation several times because I tend to be very flirtatious. I tend to be very outgoing. I tend to be very out there. I know it's
Yeah.
shocking. I
That's
know.
men.
I know that just
That's
shocks
what
you to your
they
core to
just
hear that about me.
do.
But
Y'all ain't know.
what I've always had, like, dude, it doesn't matter if somebody wants to screw me. What matters is if I want to screw them.
Exactly.
That's I don't care if some bargoyle is throwing herself at me in a bar. If I'm
What is
happy
it
in
called,
my,
Dave?
a bargoyle.
A bargoyle.
They,
love
they-
that.
you know those
Yes,
those girls
yes.
that perch,
Really love it.
those girls
Yes.
that perch on the end of the bar
bargoyle.
and just kind of look around. seeing what they can find and who they're going to pounce on. That's a gargoyle.
A whore.
That's a.
That's a.
But no, so like it doesn't matter. Like, dude, I don't care. Like, if I'm happy with who I'm with, it doesn't matter who's throwing themselves at me.
Really? Oh, you can be faithful?
Yeah.
Damn, Tanya.
What? That's a first. To come out of a man's mouth, I'm like, really?
When did Dave and Tanya date? I mean,
Dude, did you just get that vibe? I was like, God damn. I'm like, did
When we
hook?
first started this show, I did.
she goes do this. It's me, Dave.
I know. I'm like, God. Like,
you better get out of here.
I don't remember getting blackout drunk. Shit.
She's been waiting for 3 months to pull this mask off.
Yes, I have.
It's me, Emily Becker from 1974. I mean, Jesus. What time?
You. He's trying to comfort me, but it ain't gonna work. Listen, it said he picks fights with you. This is when you supposed to leave a man alone. He keep trying to tell you without telling you. Why won't he just say, look, I mean, you mean to tell me you got some emotion and feelings to not tell her, look, I don't want you. And it's not going to work. You know, so I'm going to just try to show you in my actions, boo.
So, but there's a very real thing.
You've been telling everything you wanted to come over and spread her legs for you.
Oh, okay.
What a nasty dog. I'm just saying.
Tanya.
What?
Did you have a bad week?
No. I told you I just had a
Her
good
week was
week.
fast.
Right. No, so I mean, there's such a thing as lazy boy syndrome, as I call it, where like, okay, I really want another beer, but this chair is really, really comfy, and I don't know how to get out of it to go get the beer. If somebody could bring me another beer, that'd be great. But and I think honestly, one of the fundamental issues with this is that people don't understand. Relationships are not like jobs and places to live. You don't have to have the next one lined up before you leave the one you're in. And people
Say that again, Dave.
said relationships are not like jobs and houses. You don't have to have the next one lined up before you leave the one you're in. It's okay, but I mean, but again, from a lazy guy syndrome, we've all been there, dude. If it's someone that's gonna let me when I call her at 3:00 in the morning because I'm home and a little buzzed and bored and got nothing else to do, and she's gonna come. And she's going to come over and
I don't have to make any effort.
Right. Yeah, dude. Right. So, like, why wouldn't I do that?
Why should you?
Why?
Oh, y'all just be. You know what I think?
No. Why should I? Why
something?
wouldn't I? Or why shouldn't I?
Why you? Okay, because you feel like what? She don't have respect for herself.
No, that's
What?
not that.
No.
What is it?
No,
I'm
available.
And I want some.
I'm available.
So it's
She's
a
available.
booty call. Like,
Yeah.
That's not a really. That's a booty call.
That actually came from a real situation. A booty call actually did come.
Yeah.
From
So I mean, if you're now
the origins of a booty
now the
call.
difference is if you're lying to her or you're leading her on and you're letting her think that those 3 a.m. visits are leading to something else, then you're an asshole.
Yeah.
But as long as you're open and honest,
Exactly.
it is what it is.
So, do you admit
You're
that
two
the
consenting adults.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so
So why do people play games with that? And
Why
just
is that a
don't tell
game,
it
though?
like it is.
but why is that a game? Or you're saying why do people play games? Because that's not necessarily a game. If you're coming over at 2 and I say
No, I
come
think
on
she's
over.
asking why aren't people honest in those situations?
And why you won't
Oh.
just come out and just say, look,
Well, why aren't they honest with themselves? Because if I'm only calling you at 2:00 in the morning, we're not going out, we're not hanging, we're not watching Netflix before the chill, then I mean, I'm telling you, and shouldn't you be bright enough to know this is what it is?
see, that's men for you.
Oh,
we ain't
shit.
got to figure nothing
That's
out. We
common
don't want
sense
that.
for you.
Don't
I mean,
nobody want that.
That's a
Right, well,
but some people do. Dude,
some people aren't available for a
Dude,
relationship.
cards on
Because they
table?
only want booty.
No, cards on dude. I know a girl who literally straight up says she only dates married men. Why?
Why?
Because she doesn't want a relationship. She wants somebody that she can get to that'll like take her out to dinner and like they'll meet in a hotel room and bang like rabbits, and that's all she wants. Because she doesn't want a relationship right now, and that's all she's good with. So like, is that
She missing something.
Well, maybe, but she's happy. Well, maybe she's not, but maybe this is what she's brought to the table that this is what she can deal with.
Yeah, it's what because and it's she had a couple of really seriously bad relationships in her past, and so she did. So yeah, she's got walls up, and so she like her whole thing is they're already emotionally unavailable, so I don't have to pretend that it's going to be anything more than this.
But what if he started catching feelings for her? No, let's leave it alone.
Well, and didn't we talk about that? Wasn't that what like you can't sleep with somebody a number of times and not catch feelings for them. Like that's like that's an
That's
even,
why I told y'all after 3 times you supposed to marry her. If it's that good and you want to keep them, unless she is one of the women of the night.
Unless she's a whore.
Yes. If she one of them.
Okay.
But if she's somebody that's good to you,
man,
I've 3 times you supposed to marry her.
I've drank tequila
that good.
more than 3 times in my life, and that's always a horrible decision. I ain't marrying tequila.
But you'll keep going back and visit every now and then.
Every 6 months, tequila might need a phone call at 3 a.m.
I'm done on here. But they was, y'all don't necessarily have to post anything on social media about your mate. You can keep that hidden, but most of the time you would if you're in a real serious relationship.
Not nowadays. I'm not cool with that because that just puts people in your business. That just gives people something to stir. That gives people something to think about, especially, my favorite term, misery loves company. If they're not happy, and they say if they wanted you, then now that they're trying to conspire in their head or put forth an effort to, spit on your relationship. So, to me, keep it private. I think it's more attractive where you may have maybe the little subtle social media posts, maybe, just our hands together out with Bay and just a picture of the hands, maybe out with Bay at the beach, and just keep it as that,
See,
but no tagging. I'm not tagging you. No.
I've had people ask me
Really?
why I never post anything about my kids or like anything like that on Facebook at all, ever. Because I have so little faith in people that I don't want that to ever be something that anybody can try to poison or can try to use against me or anything like that. That doesn't need to be a public thing at all. Like even the friends that matter know my life and know what I'm doing and know how things are. Like and if you're not in that circle, you don't need to be in that circle.
Because Facebook friends are not friends. We got to keep that real.
Yeah.
We just got to keep that as it is. It's like being in the classroom. And you speak and walk
they really
past
ought to just
people.
call them acquaintances.
Yeah, they shouldn't even call it that. Because again, you're still not even really acquainted with them. How many of those Facebook friends have you actually had a conversation with to say, hey, I do like you enough for you to even be in my business?
I can genuinely say there is nobody that I'm friends with on Facebook that I have not met and had a conversation with. I've been very paranoid about that. Like I made that. So this is the one that I have now is actually my second Facebook profile.
Okay.
Because the first one that I had back in the day, I was an idiot with. And it had 5,000 people on it, and it was ridiculous. And I literally, and it's still out there. I never check it. I never do anything with it. And I started this one and migrated the friends that I actually cared about over to this one.
Yes.
But even still, I've tried to be and there are still. I've gotten a little lax about it lately, where I've people that I probably shouldn't have added that I have, and I kind of keep an eye on shit. Because my favorite thing about Facebook is the birthday reminders. Because every day I get a reminder of, hey, do I still want to be friends with this person? Nope, gone. Yep, you made the cut.
Right,
cool.
exactly.
But nope, gone.
Okay.
When you do a Facebook request and you decide and you have the option to accept or delete, do they know that you deleted them?
Yes.
They do.
Well, so they don't get a notification.
I didn't know that.
But you're back on the
They don't get a
request.
notification, but you're still it'll stop saying requested.
Right.
It would go back to nothing, and so if you've ever wondered why you have followers on your Facebook profile, that's who those are. And so the thing to remember about that is they can only see posts that you make public.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So if you have things locked down to friends or they still can't see stuff.
Okay.
But that's just something to keep in mind that's how that works.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. So do y'all agree with sometime how people have a Facebook page with their mate instead of having their own personal Facebook?
Oh, if you got a joint profile, my first question is who cheated?
Ooh.
That's
you
my
agree with that?
I don't necessarily agree with the statement if we have a joint Facebook page who cheated.
It could be.
It's more or less the It's more or less a for me. What's going on here?
Yeah.
I'd have to start looking and probing and dissecting.
That's my man and this my woman.
Dissecting the gist of their relationship to see why they have a dual Facebook page.
It's usually who cheated.
Really?
Or I gotta watch you so you don't cheat.
Well, I would rather not have just a Facebook page because
Heck yeah.
I don't have to. If that's the only way I can,
Yeah.
then I might as well not have one.
It's
You know what I'm saying?
So it's
Like, I
either
gotta
that
be-
or it's the other person is one of those Amish people that refuses to join, like doesn't want anything to do
Right,
with technology.
right. So
the one person creates a dual profile for whatever reason instead of just being yourself.
Right.
Which I don't understand that either. Like that's almost a little batshit crazy, but yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
now listen. I was just wondering because I see a few people that on there and
Who have a joint Facebook page?
yeah,
Okay.
and I was like, man, that's whack. Come on.
You don't think that's love?
I don't think that's love. I think that's monitoring. I'm going to monitor your behavior on here and what
Well,
have
there
you.
is.
Somebody
I mean-
whipped out the two.
Yeah.
Somebody got it put
Somebody's
on them,
definitely whipped.
and they scared
But
that
that-
somebody else might get a hold of their goodie.
But hey, if
Not
if
my
that's
goodies.
what makes them happy, if you like it, I love it.
Boring.
It does not affect me.
Uh-huh.
It makes me have questions.
Yeah,
but it
why
doesn't
you want to be on the
affect
Facebook
me.
page
If it's
with
your,
me?
if it's your life, dude,
Yeah.
I don't care about your life.
Right.
Eh,
Do what you do.
yeah, it ain't hurting me.
It ain't hurting me.
Say that, okay?
I might get a little judgy, but it ain't hurting me.
Right. I might act funny when I see you. Like,
So y'all familiar with this ghost thing where y'all ghost people?
yeah,
What's that? I mean, what's up with that? Where
you just stop communicating.
and why do you do? And now I want to ask men, because I know a lot of women want to know. It's like,
Please
you
call
would
in 1-800-ASK Tanya. Please
Right.
call in
do y'all get
1-800-ASK
calls?
Tanya.
Y'all don't get calls where people can call in. Can
I
y'all?
mean, we can set it up. But
Oh, can you? Would you ever think about that?
Can you please get
Where people
Tanya's
can call-
hotline?
Would you? Yeah, yours too. Because you're gonna.
Chug, Dave.
I mean, you hear me,
chug.
Dave? Like eventually, like next year, sometime spring maybe, or
No, I mean honestly, we have the technology now. We used to do it all the time, but
Oh.
it honestly just became such a pain in the ass and a distraction that we just don't do it. We only do it for guests for the most part.
I've actually asked, can I call in and speak with Tanya? And I said, no, we don't have that technology. I said, well, you can message her.
no. I walked in to call in and said everybody can hear us talking. Call in on the show, boo.
Everybody can hear us talking now.
I'm talking about the person that want to call in and say something.
Yeah, so maybe next year we'll get a
Please, Dave.
Terrible T hotline.
It don't have to. Oh wait.
It doesn't have to.
Critical
it
J
doesn't have
too.
So here's one of the technical issues why we stopped doing it. So when that happens, like there's no way to screen calls or anything like that. It's like if they call in, boop, they're live. And so if it's a jackass that wants to just interfere with your show, you can't stop that any more than you could stop a real person calling in. So it's there are pros and cons. There are reasons why we don't do it a whole lot. I mean, I'm not telling you no. I'm just telling you that
He's not telling you
it's
no,
the story
Tony.
of my life.
He just said
I
there
will
could be
just
a-
tell
there
you
could be a
what the
con to
downside
this.
is.
There could be a con to this.
Okay.
You might get a caller that has a little lewd conversation for you. And
You might get a caller that wants to have the conversation. Well, how come you ghosted my ass when I told you?
Tanya, this is Earl from middle school.
I was like, because
Ray from
you was
Atlanta. Where the
lusty.
hell you been?
Right, this is Ray from Atlanta. Shout out to Ray.
Ray.
You an idiot.
Yeah. But for real though, I really didn't know what it was. But back to asking you guys, what do y'all do when y'all feel like y'all need a break? Without telling a woman, you don't necessarily have to. Why do we always have to get cues? Where look, you
that's a lack of
ghosting,
maturity.
and
If
you
I
be
need
like,
a break,
you
then I
don't
need to break
call.
up.
That's it.
If I need a break, then I just need to break up. I don't believe into that. We're taking a minute. Either you like me or you don't. Either we're going to get through it or we're not.
Mm-hmm.
To me, what's the taking a break to see if I want some other
Person.
tail? No. I mean, that. No. If we're going to take a break, we're just going to go ahead and break up. That's just my
So do you
my opinion.
So going back and forth, I feel like in between those gaps.
It
that
breaks down
person-
the stability.
Yeah, and what else? What else do you think that it does and it don't even seem like it's a relationship. You
And
know,
I
if
mean,
you
and
don't hear from a person and they fine with it. If they fine with it, don't ignore the signs. Leave him alone. Am I right?
yeah, you
what I'm
are
saying?
right, and 99.9% of the time you're absolutely right. I think, there's always that chance that things do occur, so you don't always want to say always, but 99.9% of the time, you get what you see. They're going to manifest their feelings through their actions.
Okay.
Sometimes there are things going on that change the behavior. So sometimes you have to be accountable for that.
Yeah.
You have to account for those type of situations. But, a lot of times you can actually feel, they always say go with your gut, trust your gut.
Okay.
So you can feel if something's going on, or if somebody's just having a bad day or bad week, or, something's going on personally, and then they should be there. Or if you're in a relationship, then you should know that.
Yes.
So that nothing's being done purposely to you. This is what I'm going through, so therefore you can adapt to their feelings and then their needs at the time, and kind of curve how you feel that you should be treated, because you know that they're in need. So no.
Yeah.
99.9% of the time, though. There is that 0.1 that you can have possibly something going on.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, to me, a break like that is I need to get the hell away from you tonight.
Oh.
Not hey, I can't, whatever's I can't deal with this right now. I'm just gonna go out or whatever.
Right.
Let's go move back into our own separate places and all that shit, because that's a breakup. That's stupid.
Yeah, that's a breakup.
But I mean, as far as the original question, when it comes to ghosting, I do that's a sign of lack of maturity. And I think it's also a sign of what social media has ingrained in people, and what things have, how people have learned how to communicate with each other, and more to the point, how people have learned how to not communicate with each other.
Yes.
Because this is a world that has now started to teach people that you don't have to have uncomfortable conversations.
Right.
And it's okay for you to have your safe
block.
space.
You can just block someone.
Which is bullshit.
Yeah.
You should have uncomfortable conversations, because that's how you learn and grow.
That's right.
And so, especially when it comes to a relationship or something like that, dude, you owe it to the other person to not be that dick.
Yeah.
To have, hey, this is why
Just say
it's
it.
not working out. Even hey, you know what? I'm an asshole, and all it ever was something casual for me.
Right.
Fine. Or because otherwise you just leave the other person wondering what the hell they did wrong, or what's wrong with them, or what happened. And the girls that run, I think I've seen you comment on their stuff before. The girls that run the Reasons Why I'm Single show. We had they did a whole episode on that at one point, and it is. I mean, it's just it's rude and immature. Is how you should be enough of an adult to have those conversations.
Right.
Yes. You most certainly
especially
should.
if you all have some sort of history. To me, I mean, maybe there is a point in time where in the very, very beginning, maybe I don't owe you shit. If I didn't call back, I don't owe you anything. But if we have spent time, we've been, to me, any relationship is like you're starting an investment. You invest your time, you invest your money, you invest your heart, you invest yourself. And that can go a whole different ways. Opening your life up to somebody, opening up your family up to someone. You start investing in different ways as soon as you get into a relationship. And then just to kind of pull out and ghost, that's like the bank closing and having all your money.
Right.
That's right.
So that's a fun conversation
There
that I love having with people, because I was talking about bringing them around your friends and that kind of stuff. I've always warned every single friend that I have, look, here's the deal. You get to choose when you bring someone into my life. You do not get to choose when they go.
Yeah.
So if you bring somebody around that's cool, I'm not necessarily breaking up with them just because you did.
That's true.
They may still be at parties.
Right.
They may still be at events. That's a cool person. I'm sorry it didn't work out between the two of you.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's still a cool person that,
Yeah.
That's right. I agree.
But do you think that there is, now when is that a no-go for you though, Dave? What if it's, say, your best friend Now,
if it's somebody super close and like and it was a majorly painful situation, then yeah, I wouldn't.
All right, Dave. I'm about to say melt that heart a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, but even still, but even still, it may be okay. Maybe I just don't hang out with that person when my friend is around.
But is that being sneaky friend?
I mean, we maybe.
Yeah, that's a little shady there. Oh, you hanging out with this MNF-er and you know we don't get along, or you know they stole $50. Well, he gave me $100. I mean, so come on, Dave.
Well, but that's okay. But so that's a character issue. That's not just a couple broke up.
Right,
yeah.
Okay. Right.
Okay. Do y'all believe everything happens for a reason?
Yeah. Everything happens.
You do too?
Mm-hmm.
You do? Whether it's a bull crapping reason, is it can it be positive and negative at the same time?
Definitely.
Or just like one
negative thing? It can be an eye
thing?
opener. You may not necessarily go the way that you should go, but at least you have insight now. At least you have knowledge now. At least you have maybe like a different point of view than you had before.
It might not be a lesson that you wanted.
Right, absolutely.
But it's a lesson that you needed.
Sometimes it's a gradual point in a direction. You may not be ready, they may not be ready, but you see the signs.
What about, like, you get in a situation where it's dangerous?
Well,
so that posted if you didn't listen to your inner self or whatever.
Dangerous like what? What do you mean dangerous? How it breathe? I
would say, like, say for instance, we won't say a car. So you walking down the street and you're not paying attention. Somebody riding a bike and they just hit you.
This
and you
is
just
gonna be good.
You know what I'm saying? And they hit you with the bike and you fall down. Now you can say, is that for a reason? Is that what did we say? Everything happens for a reason. What? To get you to pay more attention?
Yeah, pay attention.
Yeah, pay attention. Pay attention to your surroundings.
Then you get hit by a bike.
Right.
Okay, I agree with
Stop
that.
walking and buy a car.
Look both ways. How about that?
Right. We can keep up with that. There's a few different reasons why.
Now, do y'all really think do you prefer cuddling or kissing? Because when you kiss, you can cuddle, but I'm just separating the two. Do y'all think that which one do you want to cuddle or
when we're kissing? How are we kissing if we're kind of not cuddling?
Well,
that's like the chicken and the egg.
I mean, you can stand up. I can't deal
like
with you.
this?
God, jeez. No, like if you God help us today.
My arms are back and my lips are just out.
No, if y'all just sitting up, standing up. You know what I'm saying? Kissing. You don't have to always be laying down to kiss somebody.
It's like a Sadie Hawkins dance.
I'm not
kiss.
talking about, oh my God. Not talking about like that. Cuddling is full body contact. When you kissing and you might want to touch their head and hug them and stuff.
I think kissing and cuddling goes hand in hand.
Of course they do. But which one would you prefer? So you don't always kiss when you cuddle.
I'm trying to picture kissing without cuddling.
No, see, again, it's intent. So, dude, if I'm laying on the couch and we're trying to watch a movie, no, I don't want to be making out with you. But like, we can cuddle on the couch while we're watching the movie. But
cuddle.
Yeah.
See, somebody on here, Clifton said that he would rather just cuddle because some people don't know how to kiss.
Well, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Some people will lick your whole face and you just had a spit shower.
A spit shower.
A spit shower all over your face and everything. But you can nibble on the face. And you can nibble, but you don't need to lick like you a wild dog. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Let me think, Tanya. That there is a hard one.
What?
Kissing or cuddling? Because like I'm saying, to me, cuddling goes with kissing. So.
I mean, because you don't always kiss when you cuddle. You know how you neck flex and chill and
who you cuddling with?
I'm just saying. I mean, I do the works. I do the works, but shut up.
You do the works. What's the full package?
I massage, I cuddle, I kiss.
She doing manicures and pedicures.
Yeah.
Dropping chicken at the same time.
Right. Rub ears, everything. He'd be like, oh.
Now, see, I call that doing too much.
No, it is not. not.
That's
when you
doing too damn
cuddling,
much.
or just rubbing on his head and stuff while you cuddling.
When my eyes rolling like
You supposed to let me do
onto
that.
the ears now, the
No,
shoulders.
that's right. Let me rub your ears, boo, and just he gonna be like. And now if a woman, if like some people like their ears licked.
Okay.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's wrong with rubbing them? Yeah, some people like, you know how they go inside the ear, they be like you know that itch you got in your ear, you like, you know what I'm saying? That's how, yeah.
Right. Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Do cuddling always lead to sex or wanting to have sex?
You asking me, or you
I'm
just
asking you. And if Dave want to
Does
get
it
some,
always-
he can get in. Dave want to get in so he can get some.
You should see David just.
Or the
you just think
desire,
that
like
every
you-
week she amazes me.
I think honestly, I think some of it depends on attitude. Some of it depends on timing. Some of it depends on stage in relationship as well.
Okay.
Like when shit is new, yeah, if my hands are on you, it's probably because I want to drag you off to the bedroom or right there on the
God.
couch.
Oh, really? Sometimes we women just don't. She just want to be held, and y'all just got a automatic, excuse me, boner. You know what I'm saying? Just because
Boner?
because you touching on her, y'all can't control that. Y'all just because we control it. We can control it. You know what I'm saying? We got more control than y'all do.
I mean, you don't get a boner, but you get a itching for
Arousal.
a scratch. Itching for a
You
scratch.
get an arousal of it, and here y'all watching Murder She
just
Wrote.
Just
and
because
y'all-
ours is more blatant.
Yeah. Oh my God, y'all not watching a movie. Y'all don't got no
Jesus
control.
Christ.
Am I right? Y'all just don't.
Who the hell's laying on a couch cuddling watching Murder, She Wrote? That's my question out of that statement. And if there's a guy out there that's getting a hard on for Murder, She Wrote,
No, he didn't even pay attention to the movie.
that's a you got to worry about his grandmommy issues. Like he ain't looking for you. He's looking for a gilf.
Right. A gilf.
Not a MILF, but a gilf.
A gilf.
Gilf.
Oh, that's really grandma, huh? Oh my God.
Or is that a gimlet?
I'm done. Time out.
Gimlet.
Oh God. You know what? They said that Cardi B received the Billboard
Yeah, I saw that.
Woman of the Year award
What did you think?
off of WAP. Yeah, because a lot of men was like, WAP, yeah, that hot, yeah, that wet stuff, yeah, give it to her. They was like, yeah, give it, yeah. We agree with you, Cardi B, yes. And she only put out one song, and that was
Yeah.
that this year.
And that's what kind of threw me. I said, I remember that song, and I mean, I know she's had a few singles that have kind of rolled, from her CD, but I was just like, this year,
Just that one.
just that one song, but, that was a big song of the year.
Hey, it sure was, apparently.
Had a lot of pop culture influence.
Yeah, definitely.
Sparked a hell of a lot of
And
discussion.
did you see the Time Magazine Person of the Year?
Who? I did not.
Love Tanya. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
Don't agree with it.
You don't
I
agree
can
with it?
roll
Nope.
with that.
Who did you think, Dave?
Frontline.
Frontline workers?
Yep.
Yeah.
Should have been.
I'm sorry. They. I would put them. Okay. Talk to me about them next year
Yeah.
Yeah.
when they've been in office and things have happened. But you want to talk about somebody who has had an impact on the most impact on this year overall.
Okay.
It's your frontline and healthcare workers.
That
Absolutely.
that may be true, but don't you think that Biden and Harrison came forth and got rid of a big situation with this president so that the
They haven't got rid of
the
shit yet.
frontline workers we don't have to deal with it, and they won't have to be.
They haven't
That
got rid of
man
shit
did not-
yet.
Y'all understand what I'm saying, right?
but they're not-
Y'all don't want to give him credit of moving that man out of here.
He ain't
where
gone.
they won't
He
have
ain't
to.
gone yet.
He got a month.
And he could do a lot in a week.
He can't do nothing. He's done.
Oh,
Toast.
really? The guy that's stepping up federal executions can't do shit in a month?
He better not.
He already
He
did.
is.
What y'all say?
The 40-year-old man. In
He
what
is.
state
He
that
has
was
scheduled
Indiana?
more federal executions during a lame duck session than anybody since the early 1900s.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
they had one Thursday.
Meanwhile, he's pardoning all of his friends, so you'll have to. That's kind of the definition of
and
white
the
privilege.
pre-pardons for what was this for his daughter? I'm like, how do
For
you
the
have
kids
a
and the-
pre-pardon?
hey cousin.
I'm like, how do you do a pre-pardon? That was some real janky type of stuff.
But yeah, no. So
Yeah.
that's why I said, talk to me about them next year when
Yeah.
they've actually taken office and done something.
Right.
Because
True.
I mean, like, so for right now, it is all hypothetical. It is all, and don't get me wrong, dude. I voted for Biden, and I, and I have all the faith in the world that things will get better,
Yeah.
or at least we'll have a functioning adult in the White House, which is
Yeah.
good. But
As far
They
as
haven't done
this
shit
year,
yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not the person of
yeah,
this
so I mean,
year.
seriously,
Yeah,
you want
absolutely.
to talk about the person that has had the person, because they use that term loosely.
Right.
That's had the most impact. To me, it is frontline and healthcare workers
I
that have
agree.
had the most impact this year.
Well, I also agree that the people have as well, not just the front line. They have done a tremendous job, and we
What
did
people?
need them. I'm talking about the people that got corona, and we didn't know what to do. You know,
Yeah.
how you just look at
The
the
sacrifices.
the sacrifices, and
The sacrificial
all
lambs.
through the whole world. The whole world is what I'm saying.
See, now, and to me, like when you say people, I mean, I could see, because I mean, you look at all of the Black Lives Matter protests. Look at all of the changes that have come over the course of this year. Look at, there's been a lot that the American public has been involved in,
Yeah.
but there's also been a lot of negative that the American public has been involved in.
Yeah.
Which, like I said, I mean, that's why to me, like I was a little stunned they didn't go with healthcare workers, just because I mean that's to me they've had the most impact this year.
Of course.
Because
Working
I do,
tirelessly.
and I do. I think Biden and Harris very well may have the most impact next year.
Next year, and
when they're
upcoming
actually in and
years,
getting
right.
stuff done. But
Making,
Yes.
making changes,
Yeah.
but just to get
Yes.
elected, no.
Ah.
No.
Yeah, shout out to the frontliners for real.
Or at
though.
least maybe Dr. Fauci, someone,
They-
someone related to the pandemic
Right.
and making a change as far as saving lives,
Yeah.
alerting the world about, what's going on. Again, just like Dave said, in the upcoming, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yep.
There'll
So
be
why
game
did
changers.
you think that they gave it to them? In your own opinion, why did they go there and give it to them?
Well, they said, I kind of heard on the Today Show the other day, basically because they were the face of like change. But again, like Dave said, we haven't had the change
we
yet.
ain't changed shit yet.
We ain't, right, we ain't changed shit yet. But the cover of the magazine,
Yeah.
so,
Because here's the
yeah.
deal. Once Trump is out of office, I never have to listen to him again. That's how I look at it. Because you know what? Nobody goes to, hey, you know what? Let's go ask the least successful real estate developer in the city of New York what he thinks about shit. Nobody cares.
Right.
But because he's the president, you kind of have to pay attention to him and what he says and does. So I cannot wait until I never have to pay attention to him again.
Oh, you said a mouthful. Okay, now before we get ready to end, I wanted to, because we mentioned something last week about stalkers, and Dave admitted that he had a stalker, and he said everyone has a stalker. So I looked up a couple of things, and I wanted to ask, what does it mean if you stalk someone? What is it, what do you do that you consider that you do to cause you to stalk somebody?
A obsession.
Okay.
That's a bad obsession.
Fatal attraction? Well,
I'm
not
not
to
going
the
to say
point
it's so
where...
fatal, but it's just a bad. Fatal means, kind of death. Death is upon us, but just a bad obsession.
Or a real heavy obsession, yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think they have this real heavy obsession with a person, and they're letting them know that I don't want you, or I don't want you this close?
Why do
What?
people do what they do?
Dude,
That's the way they're wired.
The situation I had was a girl that literally lived in effing Nashville that I had 3 conversations with. And when I say conversations, I mean like comments back and forth on Facebook.
Okay.
Not phone calls, not any of that shit. And like 3 months later, like she kept like, I found her like liking stuff that I liked, and it didn't really think of much. She showed up in my driveway. Girl found out where I lived in Michigan, drove up from Nashville, and thought that like just showing up in my driveway meant we were going to be a thing.
Well, that
Avon
is
calling.
creepy. That is creepy. Very creepy. Hand behind bushes and all that, and coming up on
dude,
your
and I understand
door.
I'm the exception. Like by and large, it is women that have to deal with that bullshit. And I have seen that.
They said that.
I have seen this from a number of female friends where they have to deal with this kind of crap, and it's just my own experience. Like, just seriously, knowing how freaked out I got.
How did you feel? Did you? I know you. You know.
Oh, it scared the ever living shit out of me. Like I assumed she was there to kill me.
Really,
Dude, it was weird. Like it seriously freaked me the hell out. And here's the thing,
You didn't think, wow, she really loves me.
dude. Here's the thing. No, like it was like, bitch,
She's
you
a good one.
you drove 10 hours without even telling me that you
Without
were
even
coming
telling
here. Like, what?
what is? What,
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go in my house now. Bye.
That's what you did.
Oh yeah.
Did she leave?
No, there was a whole thing.
Then
Did you
they
give her
did it,
some?
and then he sent
No.
No.
He said, then they did it, he sent it
I
on the way.
learned at a very early age you do not stick your dick in crazy. No, you don't. No, you don't encourage it. You don't. No, because there's a difference. There's weekend in a hotel room crazy, and those are a lot of fun. Then there's burn your house down and kill you crazy. Those are
Dave
different.
said you don't stick your dick in crazy. On that note, I would have leave it with that cherry on top.
Hey, my God.
Red.
I'm trying. Hey.
Hey, that was a closing statement for me. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in for Terrible T's relationship show.
Just a look.
Next week,
I was just asking questions.
how to burn the house down and still maintain a good
I'm gonna write
relationship.
that down. How to burn the house down.
Shout out to Harper and Burns,
Hey.
who gave me the hoodie. Tanya, I'm gonna see about getting you a hoodie.
Oh,
But
really?
shout out
That
to
color?
Harper and Burns. I don't know. I like the olive green.
I love olive green.
And let me see who had a birthday. Who had a birthday this week? We got any birthday well wishers? Shout out to Uncle Bill. Shout out to Ed on his trip and his journey. Shout out to Ray. Shout out to Kev. We hopefully have a new beat by Boogie next week.
All right, Mr. Boogie. We saw you here and we let you know that we need some more beats from you. You late. You late.
So hopefully next week we'll have something new from Boogie on the beats. And I'm Critical J, and that's Terrible T.
Bye,
And this is the TriadZone. Have a wonderful week. Be safe.
See
Be
ya.
kind. We'll see you next week.
All right, Mr. Clean, we love you.